Welcome back, everyone. Today is the day I'm going to invest a bit of time into this Sharp radio. It's an FV 1800M shortwave radio. As you can see, it does various stations, long wave, medium wave, shortwave 1, 2, and 3 actually, and FM. Buttons are stuck, most of them. Selector switch is very stiff. These buttons need to be cleaned. Where is the tuning? Nothing working here in the tuning department. So I'm going to just begin to lubricate and spray and try to free things up and see how far I can get before losing too much courage. Stand by. Okay, before I did any spraying or disassembly, I more or less worked the buttons a bit and tried to get some things to at least show signs of life. And so now I'm going to, without even spraying anything, I have the indicator light now working. It's the power button here, of course. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but I don't know if that is working. So as you can see, it is coming to life all of a sudden. So I'm going to be spraying some buttons here, and what discourages me the most about this is this dial is not moving. Okay, the actual dial here. I've never worked on things like that before. I realize it's probably stringed, and I'm just hoping the string is intact. There's just something inside that's seized and can be freed to allow this to move back and forth. Okay, I've just sprayed pretty well everything that I can with regard to pots and switches, and some things are freeing up a little bit, but it's going to take some time, some extra lubrication. As you can see, a bit of dirt, grime and dust and whatever falling out of the unit as I work. It's in rough shape, and I don't know if I'll ever get it to back to functioning. That would be great. I paid $20 for this, and I would have only paid $2 just for the parts. Having some trouble now on the back side. I haven't tried yet, I should say, but I am going to have trouble removing these screws. Now, they're not torqued in, thankfully. So, but you can see there's an awful lot of corrosion here. It's been sitting out a long time. This is the information on the radio, by the way. I think I've showed you this in one of the previous videos. That's the information right there. So anyway, I'm going to try to disassemble now, and see if I can get into where I can see some components and work from the inside to loosen things and fix things up. I've lubricated some of the screws here that were very hard to get out, and I managed to get two out. This one was already missing, and of course there's several more, obviously. But so this is moving. This section here, it is moving and free. But this here screw right here is giving me trouble. I've tapped it with a mallet, and I've taken out the screwdriver tip and put it inserted. And as you can see, I'm only just making matters worse. So now I'm going to take this JobMate Dremel kind of a deal, and I'm going to cut a slit into the top of the screwdriver. I'm not concerned about the casing at this stage of the game. There's breaks and cracks everywhere, so I just want to get this working. So if I have to, I'll rip it off, but I'm going to cut this with the Dremel, with this tool, and see if I can get access without damaging this case too much. As I said, I wasn't too concerned about damaging the case, so I cut the Dremel, cut the into the case a little bit. But as you can see, the screw is coming out. So we're on our way. And as they say in Australia, we are in Lake Flynn. This is the dangling piece of the back. This is where the screw was. That was very hard to get out. And the other one, the bracket has gone all together, so that's why the screw wasn't there. But we have some major rust and contamination on the go here. But everything seems to be intact. Excuse me if the camera's not in the shot. My main focus right now is to get the band selector, not the band selector, but the actually be able to tune the dial, get the dial to tune. And it looks like it's way back there. Is it in the shot? Let me see. Maybe I can zoom in. Yep, the light is destroying the picture. There it is there. That copious thing back there. I don't see the string, but you can see the ferrite bar here for AM. So we'll proceed. Okay, as of now, I don't see no string. But what we are looking at here is the back side of the dial, the actual tuning dial. And if I could manipulate that for a second, you see that it's moving just to fine tune and the coarse tune. Now, I've never seen such a thing as this before, and this is probably well beyond my scope. But there is a tuning capacitor. I'll get it in the shot. Right there. And so, obviously, there must be some sort of mechanism going into there. A cable or wire or direct connection, but that's what needs to be turned to get all our stations tuned in. So let's see how far we can get here. Well, we've been here quite some time, and we still don't have the band selector figured out. But there is great news. I do have it functioning, as you can see. Trying light. It's on low wave right now. If I turn it to medium wave, and let's see, I got it on phono here, sorry about that. Oh, God bless. Bass is working, treble, and volume. I don't want to get a copyright strike here, so hit the volume on that. This button is really seized hard, so I had to cut into that. Excuse my crudeness, but got that working, but it's seized. Here's the cap that goes on top of it. I'll glue that on eventually once I get it freed up, but so, okay, we got the radio working. It's functioning, but the dial isn't working. I had to go inside and change the capacitance of the tuner inside there, the tuning capacitor. Okay, stand by. So that's about it. For this series, really this radio is not going to be functional enough to keep it as is, so sadly I will be taking this radio and taking it apart and salvaging whatever parts that are salvageable out of it. And I'd like to see what's going on with the string, just for future reference, but it's locked up there and the dial doesn't seem to be doing anything. I had to change the tuning capacitor inside to get the medium wave to work. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little series, and we'll see you soon.